Now live from the KAKE studios, this is Good Morning Kansas.
It's a winter weather alert day. Good morning, Kansas. Glad to have you here on a Tuesday morning. Greg, glad to have you here filling in for Shane this morning. What a morning to have to wake up early and get outside.
Well, it wakes you up when you open the door, that's for sure. And Frank, we've been talking about the fact that still road conditions a little dicey right now. Ahead of more snow on the way, and we're starting to see that now too.
Yeah, this morning, I think compared to yesterday, we're going to be in a lot better shape. But same spot, just different direction, but another accident. We showed you this area yesterday a great deal. This is Kellogg as it goes over Washington. Now it is the eastbound lane where we're seeing issues. Now we have another angle from you. This camera on top of the Garvey Center. So we're looking back to the southeast. It appears we've got 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 vehicles here. A couple of them are facing the wrong direction, it appears. So an accident there slowing you down. There's a lot of law enforcement there, and they're getting vehicles slowed down. So that is good news. But again, give yourself extra time this morning. You need to drive like it's slick. Drivers seem to ignore the fact yesterday the roads were very treacherous, and as a result, we had quite a few accidents. We're at 10 below zero. That's the actual air temperature right now. It's 13 below in Salina, 15 below Hayes, 8 below zero in Garden City. It's 4 below in Colby. Put the wind behind it. Feels like it's 22 below zero in Wichita, 30 below in Russell, 28 below zero in Dodge City, 25 below zero in Colby. Bundle up, another brutal start to the day. Satellite and radar pictures showing a little cloud-covered northwest Kansas. Should be a fairly bright start to the day in Wichita with more clouds on the way and eventually more snow. And that snow will likely make tomorrow morning's commute a messy one. We're going to track it for you coming up.
This is such a horrible morning to get into an accident. All right, Frank, thanks so much. And it has been so cold for so long. There's growing fears that the energy grid really can't take much more. It's why crews started implementing rolling blackouts yesterday. They're trying to ease the strain now on the system to prevent a catastrophic outage later. Sudden blackouts yesterday led to about 60,000 Evergy customers specifically in the dark for nearly an hour. Governor Laura Kelly is also declaring an energy emergency. Evergy says it was a requirement, and they're asking all of us to conserve what we can now to help out.
That was an emergency call for interruption. It lasted for about 30 minutes. And then the Southwest Power Pool let us know that they had rebalanced the system. It's so important over the next day or so, if customers can continue to conserve to keep demand down when possible, that will help the region overall.
So far that has worked. Evergy says it's on standby now, hoping yesterday's efforts were enough to relieve the grid. They caution that could change quickly and urge us all to prepare for more brief interruptions.
Now, the Kansas Highway Patrol has been working around the clock, taking care of drivers broken down on the side of the road. KAKE's Morgan Mobley has the story.
Abandoned cars, slide-offs, and crashes.
Northbound 135 underneath Lincoln.
Treacherous travel conditions in KAKE land and a busy day for the Kansas Highway Patrol.
We are out looking for people who are broken down.
Andrew Lieber has been patrolling the roads in Wichita since 3 Monday morning. He's seen a pattern in problems.
A lot of slide-offs. We've had a lot of people, diesel trucks especially, their fuel gels up in the cold.
Lieber has also been responding to several crashes, including this injury accident on I-135 in Southeast Boulevard. He reminds everyone, go back to the basics on days like today.
Definitely increase your following distance. Take it slow. You know, there's nothing that's worth getting in a crash over.
It's by far been the coldest day Lieber has had on the job so far.
This is pretty brutal.
One of his biggest concerns right now is for the people broken down on the side of the road without any warmth.
Even if you're going somewhere indoors, definitely bring layers with you or dress in layers. Have something accessible to keep you warm in case you break down. Even like a blanket or something like that would do.
The KHP Motor Assist program has been extending its hours and increasing coverage to be operating 24/7.
I really just like helping people. A lot of people don't really know what to do when they break down or when they get in an accident.
In Wichita,
yep, it's abandoned.
Morgan Mobley, KAKE News on your side.
While crews have been treating the roads, it's likely they will remain slick for some time, especially the side streets and neighborhoods. Crews say it could take some time before things get back to normal. Stay ahead of the winter weather with the KAKE First Alert weather app. It's free and can help you plan your day in these dangerously cold temperatures. 6:35, health officials expressing concern about COVID-19 variants, including some found right here in KAKE land.
And another frigid morning to start you off, down around 12 below zero at 7 a.m. Should be up to about 0 at the lunch hour. We've got snow on the way for the late day hours. We'll track it for you coming up.
This is Good Morning Kansas with Allison Acklin, Shane Ewing, and your KAKE First Alert forecast with meteorologist Frank Waugh. KAKE News on your side.
Good morning, KAKE land. We start you off here with traffic slowing down, and I can't tell if there's an accident or not here, but this is westbound Kellogg downtown, where we had so many problems yesterday. Eastbound, there is an accident. Avoid this. Avoid this if you can. Let's show you another vantage point. This is looking back to the southeast. So, okay, based on the way traffic is going westbound, I'm assuming that there's an accident. We know that there's an accident eastbound. We've got a vehicle here that's turned around the wrong way. We've got another one here that's turned around the wrong way. We've got one over here with flashers on. Multiple vehicles involved in this, it appears, eastbound Kellogg at roughly Washington. And that was our problem spot yesterday. It's that transition where you go from elevated roadway to non-elevated roadway, or vice versa, depending on which direction you're going. It is very cold out there. The treatment on the road does not work nearly as well when we're down this cold. We're at 10 below zero, east wind at 5. We've been as cold as 12 below. It has been a long time since we've seen temperatures this cold. In fact, it's been about 10 years since we've had a temperature this cold in Wichita. Here's the view in Hutch. They must have turned the heat on at the First National Bank of Hutch, because that's what we're getting going by the camera here. 5 below. Here's the view in Salina, 13 below zero from the KSAL radio studios, and the sky changing color here. You can see where the cloud deck is over Hayes from Gross Memorial Coliseum. Over campus there, we're at 12 below zero, but as you get those clouds moving through, you may actually see your temperature go up a little bit. 10 below in Wichita. Again, we've been as cold as 12 below. 13 below in Salina, 15 below at the airport in Hayes, 8 below zero Garden City, 5 below in Goodland. That's cold. And on any given day, that would be incredibly cold northwest Kansas, but a little easier to swallow than that 20-ish below zero you had yesterday morning. Wind chill makes it feel like 22 below in Wichita, 13 below Salina, 25 below zero in Great Bend, 30 below in Russell, 25 below zero Garden City, Dodge City, 30 below zero in Goodland. Another dangerous morning if you're going to be out. Make sure your skin's all covered up. You can get frostbite very rapidly with temperatures like this. Wind chill going to be an issue through the morning hours, and then as we get into the afternoon, it will improve a little bit. But it's all relative, folks. We're still looking at sub-zero for just about all of KAKE land. Some exceptions may be found along the Kansas-Colorado state line. There's some of that cloud cover we were seeing in Hayes as it's pushing to the south and east. That may bring your temperature up just a little bit. Eventually, more clouds in Wichita with that chance of snow arriving tonight, continuing into tomorrow morning. Here's your forecast. 10 this afternoon in Wichita. 10 above zero, 9 in Hutch, 10 in Salina, 12 Great Bend, 10 Dodge City, middle teens, Goodland, Colby, but still feeling colder statewide with the wind chills. 4 by tomorrow morning, 2 Salina, 2 below Great Bend and Garden City, 2 above Goodland and Colby. Snow possible tonight into tomorrow, and I do think it's going to make things slick again. Here's KakeCast, our weather model, as we head into the evening and overnight. Some light snow flurries developing with the majority of the snow coming in probably after midnight here, and a lot of this falling southeast of the Kansas Turnpike into early tomorrow morning, and then it rolls off to the east as we get into tomorrow afternoon. Accumulation-wise, in blue, 1 to 3 inches with locally higher amounts possible. I think those higher amounts can be found across Cowley County, Elk, and Chautauqua. Wichita, thinking 1 to 2 inches through tomorrow. Even a dusting of snow made things slick yesterday morning. I think tomorrow morning is going to be slick again. Here's your 7-day forecast. Temperatures are working their way up, but we got to be patient. 22 tomorrow, 26 on Thursday. We're up above freezing on Friday. Finally, 40s and 50s Saturday, Sunday into Monday. Salina, Hayes, Great Bend, Russell. You could see some snow, but accumulation is going to be slim to none. Mid-20s on Thursday, finally above freezing Friday, and how about 40s and 50s as we cruise into next week. Southwest Kansas, some flurries possible today and tonight, but really no significant accumulation. 36 on Friday, 40s and 50s this weekend into Monday. And Northwest Kansas, you're looking dry for the next 7, 24 tomorrow, 28 on Thursday, 40s and 50s Friday through Monday. Time to give away a rain gauge. This one brought to you by Kansas 811. Call before you dig. Barbara Warner of Viola is our winner. If you'd like to win one yourself, go to KAKE.com/contest to enter.
Well, the cold, of course, is causing a lot of problems for people and, as you can imagine, for animals as well.
Staffers at the Sedgwick County Zoo are working to keep the animals safe as they start to deal with some mechanical problems on the grounds. It's so cold, even tigers from northern Asia won't come outside. And the sea otters only did because it was lunchtime. Outside their exhibit, though, a sign of the damage this bitter cold can bring.
The extreme cold affected our window caulking and has caused a leak with our river otter pool. So we have a real slow leak right here where it's still wet, slowly dripping down. And we have a big old sheet of ice out here on our pathway.
Just about the only creatures that like this weather are the red pandas.
So on a day like today, the red pandas are very happy to be out.
And that has zoo staff working to keep the rest of them warm.
We have heaters and heat tape and things like that on hand, ready to go. But we are still dealing with frozen water lines and heaters that are just struggling to keep up.
Animals slowly started to go inside when temperatures dove last week. Most of them have indoor habitats, and the zoo found other safe spaces for the ones that don't.
So we're just going to keep continuing to monitor our animals and our buildings and make sure that everybody has what they need to be warm and comfortable as appropriate for each species.
Just like in our homes, pipes can and have started to freeze at the zoo, leaving the workers busy tending to animals, habitats, and their own health.
We're very much looking forward to the predicted rise in temperatures in the next couple days, as I'm sure everybody else is as well.
Well, thanks to the zoo for letting us in. It's actually closed today due to the bone-chilling temperatures. 6:48, we're back with more after a break.
A look at your market futures this morning. Dow futures are up 202 points. The S&P 500 is up 57.5, and the Nasdaq is up over 17 points. Here are some stories making news today. It has been so cold for so long. There's growing fears that the energy grid can't take much more. It's why Evergy crews started implementing rolling blackouts yesterday, easing the strain now to prevent a catastrophic outage later. About 60,000 Evergy customers were in the dark for nearly an hour. Evergy says it's currently on standby, hoping yesterday's work was enough to relieve the grid. They caution that that could change and urge you to prepare for more brief interruptions.
While crews have been treating the roads, it's likely they will remain slick for a while longer. Take a look at some of these accidents that have already happened this morning. The Emergency Accident Reporting Plan, or ERP, is in effect in Wichita, meaning if no one is injured, exchange information, fill out a report online, or go to participating gas locations within 24 hours. We're already seeing some problems on Kellogg this morning, folks, so be careful and give yourself some extra time and space between cars.
Well, for the first time, more Kansas residents have been vaccinated against COVID-19 than have tested positive, with 10% of all residents having got the shot. And for the first time since before Halloween, Sedgwick County hospitals have open ICU beds. Wesley and Ascension Via Christi are now treating 90 patients, with 30 of them in the ICU. In that time, Sedgwick County has reported more than 31,000 cases and 312 deaths.
A second case of a highly contagious variant of COVID-19 in Kansas has been found in Sedgwick County. There are now growing concerns that the variant, which scientists say is more deadly and infectious, could lead to a new surge in cases. It's been found in 41 states so far, but vaccines have been found to be effective against it.
A young girl is out of a coma weeks after being involved in a crash involving former Chiefs linebacker coach Britt Reed days before the Super Bowl. The family of Ariel Young posting on a GoFundMe page that she was awake. Police are now investigating. Look for these stories today on KAKE News and ABC News, as well as online at KAKE.com. Here's what's coming up next on Good Morning America.
Good morning. Coming up here on GMA, as if the historic cold, snow, and ice wasn't enough, tornadoes ripping across at least 3 states. There were people killed and injured, and now those sub-freezing temperatures all the way to the beaches of the Gulf of Mexico. So many people are still without power. This dangerous couple of systems ahead. Is it going to impact vaccine rollout again today? I'll have that, and of course, updates on the states of emergency across this country. Weather taking over this morning, and so much more coming up right here on GMA.
Here's a look from downtown. Eastbound Kellogg still problematic near Washington. We did have a westbound accident as well, but it looks like the westbound accident has been cleared. But eastbound Kellogg down to 1 lane. Look, 16 below zero. We just dropped to it. We were at 10 below last hour. This is incredibly cold. Be careful, folks. South wind at 3. Tough to describe how bad it is. 17 below zero in El Dorado. It's 11 below zero Salina, 7 below in Garden City, 4 below in Colby. Wind chill. Luckily, there's not a wind chill in Wichita, but it feels like 30 below in Russell, 28 below zero in Garden City. Here's satellite and radar picture. Snow arrives tonight. Learn more at KAKE.com.
Be warm, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. Good morning. America's next.
We'll see you back here at 9.
For breaking news and your most accurate local forecast, KAKE News is on air, online, and on your mobile. KAKE News, on your side.